If you're running a hotel or a hotel group, you're probably dealing with lots of contracts. These could be related to your different venues, to any franchisees that you have, and can be things related to any software you use, maintenance agreements, could be cleaning agreements, representation, franchise agreements, and so forth. So Contracko is a tool that can help you manage all of this with AI. And in this video, I'm going to demonstrate for you how you might do that with a number of contracts that might be typical for hotels. So I'm here in my demo account. I'm the founder, by the way, I'm Booty. And here you'll see I have a number of contracts that I generated. One is a group purchasing agreement. We have a master property services agreement for maintenance and so forth. We have a revenue management platform agreement. So this is software for your hotel. And we have some addendums to these contracts. So you'll see, I'm just going to open one of these. You'll see that the name of our hotel is Harbor and Herf Hotels. This is just a demo, so I'm just going to show you how you would set that up in Contracko. So first of all, we're going to begin by adding a legal name, the Harbor Herf Hotels Inc. And we're going to flag this as being our entity. So the system knows that any contracts we process, that this is supposed to be us. And we will just do a display name like this, and we're going to save this. Okay, excellent. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take all these contracts and we'll take the primary one. So that's this one, these two. We're going to drag them in here, and the revenue management agreement will go in here, and we're going to process all of these with AI. Now, these are going to run in the background. What our system will do is they will extract the information, prepare an AI analysis for us. Also, it will flag any, map any relevant contract types. So we can take a look at this. If you want to create a contract type, basically this is a data structure for common contracts you might be using in your business. You can start blank, or you can fill out a template. For example, let's say a software agreement. You could have a software license, or we can have a subscription agreement. And then you'll see it has some custom fields like, okay, so what's the subscription tier? How many seats? What's the billing frequency? And we can add this. Oh, we already have it actually. So during these AI extractions, our system is going to match these contracts to the types. If they don't exist yet, they're going to auto-generate them. So here's the first one. Let's take a look at it. So this is the Master Property Services Agreement. Here's a AI-generated description. It says facility support, preventative maintenance, emergency dispatch, and so forth. You'll see here that this is derived by AI, and it has indeed flagged relevant contract type for a service agreement. For these findings, it actually has a clause to attribute the findings to. And you'll see that our entity has been inferred as Harbor and Herf, the counterparty is Atlas Facilities. So it'll have gotten all the key contract dates, the values, the governing law, and so forth. And what's really relevant now is to see the events and notifications. So it is successfully flagged when the contract is going to end, which is on July 31st. And what it's done is it set staggered notifications. So 1 week prior, 1 month prior, 3 months prior, all going to myself. I'm quite happy with that. I did see, however, that for the Master Property Services Agreement, let me see this one, we have a appendix. Is it this one? It's this one. Okay, so we have an appendix here. So what I'm going to do is go to the contract editor, and I'm going to add a related document. In this case, we are going to take the document we had right here. So this was the appendix, and we're going to upload that here. So the way the system works is it can track a primary document, but then also any secondary documents. And sometimes contracts are renegotiated or updated over time, so you can track whether the version is current, previous, or still a draft. And we could trigger an AI extraction from this, and then it will open a modal once it's done to show you any complementary extractions. In this case, we're going to say here, we're going to categorize this as the Charleston location. Location appendix. We're just going to disable the AI extraction here. It's going to be uploaded, and then you'll see you're conveniently able to switch between the different documents and save this. Okay, excellent. Now, in the meantime, some of the other documents might be ready. Great, so let's take a look at the group purchasing agreement. Service agreement has been mapped. You'll see the right counterparty has been mapped. We'll go here to see all the events and notifications. Excellent, this has been set up. Notice deadline. The notice deadline often precedes an end date. So like a month before the contract's up, you might have to send notice. It's set up notifications. And what you could do if you were working with a team, actually, is that you could add a notification. And I don't have any team members in my account at the moment, but if you had, you could set a recipient. So this might go to your operations manager or your location manager, the manager of that specific hotel. And the way users use this is often by escalating. So you might have a staggered waterfall of notifications, and then that final one might go to someone more senior, basically, who this needs to be escalated to. Something else I want to show you is the AI analysis. So in this case, for the group purchasing and rebate agreement, basically this contract is assuming we have multiple venues. We might have franchisees, we're the franchisor, and we might be doing bulk purchasing on behalf of the group. So here you'll see a summary for this particular contract. It will also do an AI assessment. It'll basically look for where this contract is weak or out of the ordinary or risky. So for example, it says it auto renews unless there's about 3 months notice. Program manager retains 30% of supplier rebates. Terms are largely standard. 0 that are high risk, which is good, 2 medium, 1 low. Okay, so under these tabs, you'll see risks, liabilities, and obligations identified. And where possible, our system is going to attribute this to any clauses that it found the items from. So for example, here, you'll see the auto renewal is found from this clause. The commission, same thing here, it's applied here. Then the obligations, they're split up under dated, triggered, and ongoing. Dated being that they are tied to a specific date or they're recurring. Triggered might be that if a party sends a termination, then this thing triggers. And ongoing are things that are relevant throughout the entire contract. And liabilities are your commitments, basically, different than obligations, more like the onus that is on you under a particular contract. And our system will flag whether it favors you or any counterparties. Great, so something else worth sharing is that any counterparty is automatically extracted. Any details that exist from the contract, it is going to add. So in this case, it'll have identified who the contact person is, and you can see the contract. You can also see how the details on a contract came to be. So for example, you could see here, this has been basically populated from an AI extraction. Great, so this is how to set up contracts. You can also sign via Contracko, so you can basically replace any signature tool, send them out for signature with Contracko, and then whenever something's signed, it will automatically trigger that background extraction. Now, to support any contract type that you have, you can create the type. So like, let's say you want to create a reseller agreement, or sorry, a franchise agreement. Then you might take a look at, okay, so we're going to pick a currency field for annual franchise fee. You put it in dollars. That could be something you add, for example, or maybe there's a geography where they have exclusivity. You can write that in text and so forth. So this is how that would work. You can generate reports from the system, which are great for management meetings. People take these in periodically when they have a management meeting to talk about their vendor concentration, upcoming cancellations, renewals, and so forth. You can sync this with your favorite calendar application. And what you can also do is, in case you are getting audited or you want to, let's say you've done an acquisition or you are in an M&A process potentially to sell, you could put a whole bunch of contracts in here. So for example, I could do this. And then all these contracts, we could choose to run an AI extraction on in batch and output this to an Excel or CSV. And then if they're all of the same type, like let's say they're all of the type franchise agreement that we just created, it will also add those custom fields. Great, so this is just a quick overview of Contracko. I haven't even shown you Clara AI, which is our conversational AI assistant. She can basically do anything that I just showed you in the app. And yeah, I think for hotel managers, owners, operations people, if you're in food and beverage or purchasing, this can really be a lifesaver. I'm excited to have you try the software. So Contracko has a free trial. I encourage you to sign up. And if you're interested in seeing if it's a fit at all for your business, you can reach out for a demo with me on the site. In 30 minutes, we can explore your use case and how I would optimally set up Contracko for you. And I can handhold you basically while we do that on the call. Both of those things are free, and very excited to hear your feedback. Thanks. I'm Boody Voogd, founder of Contracko.